Devstack reviews. Reyvax Deluxe Special Formula ×2 plays Kunkka. Round 1. Screen view. Keybind found in settings. Select hero. Currently bound at spacebar. Double tap and hold down your spacebar and your screen will follow you around, keeping your hero centered. This is the equivalent of blinkers on a horse, a cone on a dog, or most relevant, a blind man walking with no stick inside a labyrinth, getting chased by wild boars. How do you break this habit? Stop doing it. Rip out your spacebar, cut off your thumbs, stop practicing it. What are you missing out on in-game? You have no clue who you're fighting, no idea what spells could be cast at you or where they're coming from, no warning from cast animations. You're basically cutting your reaction time in half. Your dev stack score, terrible. What can you do different? Cut your thumbs off. In all honesty, practice positioning your hero on screen so you get the maximum view of what's important. In this example, you could have the top right corner of your screen somewhere around here. This way you have more vision on who you're fighting and be able to react better to possible situations.
Missing middle.
Round 2. The River Walker. First of all, what are you doing? You just called missing mid, you have no vision on their high ground, and you're bleeding from your neck with a quarter life. You're up against a missing pudge, you have no clue who else is up there, you're literally putting yourself on a platter for them. Your dev stack score? Terrible. What can you do better? Don't do it. Round 3. Preparation. I too like to dance on the line of my death, but in this case you should definitely be aware there's a pudge lurking across you. Your dev stack score? 8 out of 10 for the accidental dodge. What can you do different? You're up against the pudge. Use creeps as hook blocks. If you can't and you don't have vision on the pudge, you shouldn't be standing there.
Missing middle.
Round 4. Mana pool and runes. Backing up a bit, you start out by your tower. At 2 minutes, you took the bottom rune but had no clue if the top rune was still there. You see Pudge walking towards the top rune, and once again, you're bleeding from the neck with enough mana to cast 1 torrent. Your dev stack score? Past 101. These are part of my non-101 skills and fall into the beginner category. What can you do different? Be aware of your runes. There's always a chance for haste, double damage, or invisibility. Save your spells. You have no reason to throw torrent at a random creep wave, especially since that was your only spell in your mana pool. Be more careful when your neck's bleeding. If you had a torrent saved and had been closer to your tower, you might have been able to keep Pudge from the kill. Another example of saving your mana pool. You gain nothing from randomly throwing spells. There's no chance to kill the Pudge. There's no gank from your team on its way. You're not even helping your farm by killing creeps. And again, you leave yourself with no mana. Last hits 101. I say it all the time because things like this happen to my friends all the time. There are 3 free last hits here and the kunkka misses them all. 1 missed because no timing on the towers hits and 2 are missed because of plain right click timing. This one's on pure reaction time. You only have enough mana for X marks the spot and you decide to use it on yourself and head towards the Pudge. Bristleback enters frame and as soon as he does you should be backing off. You need to think about what you have available that you can use to your advantage. 1. You have no torrent to stun or help you escape. 2. You have no ghost ship to do enough damage to make a significant difference. And 3. You're walking into the Pudge that has Dismember and near instant stun lock. You make it out alive but again had no reason for that engage. If you wanted to help the Mirana, I would have cast X on the Pudge and back to the tower. This way you can outrange the Dismember safely and can set Mirana up for her arrow and Starstorm. This is another example of why you should not have your screen on follow. In this example, the IO is pretty terrible and doesn't back from both a PA and kunkka pushing top lane. The difference your screen positioning makes is huge both offensively and defensively. In a real scenario where the IO would have backed immediately, you could have landed X marks the spot and secured a kill for your team if you would have had your screen in a better position. Immediately after that IO kill, keep tabs of enemies in other lanes. Especially as a mid, you need to know when to rotate in and help out or try to secure a kill. In this case, your Razor was being chased by the Bloodseeker and a Bristleback. Although the Razor lived, if you would have teleported in, you might have been able to land X marks the spot on either of them and turn that into a kill. Yet again with the screen positioning. Here I'm showing where your screen should be around at this point. You would see the IO in full view, and you would also notice the PA coming to gank if you weren't paying attention to the minimap. But your screen was locked to your hero, and you took yourself out of the fight completely. Thanks for watching, comment below, take it easy.